With the changes to the Eternal Tome coming in the next update, I thought now would be a perfect time to go on an ore spending spree to talk about what I'm going to be upgrading with my ores. Now here on my main account, every single piece of equipment is maxed. However, we have the 4-1 Let's Play along with my other TH17 that we're going to go through, and we have almost 200,000 ores to spend and talk about upgrades. So let's hop into it, starting with our Town Hall 13. For reference here on the Town Hall 13, our heroes are near max. We're pretty much maxed out as far as heroes go. We're getting towards the end of this Town Hall 13 Let's Play. Along with that, our Eternal Tome and our Healing Tome on our Grand Warden are max as well. At Town Hall 13, I really like ground armies like the Yeti Super Wiz Bat army. So realistically, I think the Eternal Tome's still going to be fine on this account. So I'm not going to panic and worry about trying to upgrade something like the Rage Gem or the Life Gem or anything like that. I mean, our Fireball's already up, but honestly, I'm probably still going to stick with the Eternal Tome and the Healing Tome here on my Grand Warden. Now, we do have a lot of ores for upgrades, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invest into the Rocket Spear because I think Rocket Spear is just amazing along with those Electro Boots. And then we have a couple other options with the other heroes since I'm going to be mostly going with ground attacks and we don't have like pets like Phoenix. For the Minion Prince, I don't think Minion Prince is gonna gel so much. I think Minion Prince really thrives when he gets that Phoenix on him. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually focus on like King and Queen upgrades. We could go with the Spiky Ball equipment, or we could even go with the action figure, which I love. This action figure spawning out a giant is really good. So that's where I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna invest my ores here. I don't think with me using ground armies, I don't think I really need to worry about going with Warden equipment. I think just kind of supplementing my armies that I'm already using is the way to go here for me. So we can go ahead and get that action figure almost maxed out here. We get it up to level 17. That's pretty nice, guys. That is not too bad at all. We'll take that all day. And with that, we're at a pretty good spot. We kind of need to save up so we can get this maxed out and spend some of those Starry Ores. We're like almost full on Starry Ores. And then I think actually what I'll do is I'll actually go into the Spiky Ball next, just working on some of that epic equipment. So that's my plan for my Town Hall 13. Now here on the Town Hall 14, I've been experimenting with dragons and blimps a little bit here, but with the changes coming to the Eternal Tome, I think what I'll do is I'll end up just switching back to ground armies. We do have the Eternal Tome already maxed at level 18. We do have that Healing Tome in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double down on the ground armies. At 14, the Yeti Super Wiz Bats works amazingly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invest some of these ores right into the Healing Tome, getting that maxed out. Honestly, that should have been maxed out already. I don't know why it wasn't, but we'll go ahead and we'll invest it. Now, if we did want to get cute and try something else, we can go Fireball. If we wanted to like add a little bit of support, we could go Rage Gem. But again, I love Healing Tome and Eternal Tome. I think that combination is like bee's knees for me. That's the one for me personally. You guys might not feel that way, but I feel pretty strong about it, not gonna lie. Rocket Spear, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade just so I can use 100 of those Starry Ores right there. Getting that up to level 21 will max out those equipments for the Royal Champion, which is going to be really nice. And then we also have on the King, we already have Spiky Ball up. We have the Earthquake Boots up. So I think, honestly, he's pretty good. I don't think Giant Gauntlet is as meta these days, but with the Queen, we can lean into, and if we're going to ground armies, we're probably not going to really worry about the Minion Prince here as well, because again, we don't have that Phoenix. I don't think he's as effective without the Phoenix. I think he's still good, don't get me wrong, but I love the tanking that the King brings to a ground army along with those Earthquake Boots. So at 14, I'm going to stick with my King over the Minion Prince. At 15, it might be a different story, but I think like adding in or going with like Magic Mirror is a good little option right here. So we can go ahead and we can finish maxing that out, and then we can also go ahead and we can get our action figure equipment up as well. I like this equipment a ton, especially on my 17. I've been using this a lot. It's a really cool thing, just getting all that extra tanking out front for essentially for free. I think it's just a really nice thing. So that's one thing I definitely want to lean into, and since we have enough, we might as well go ahead and we upgrade that healer puppet one more level. So that's kind of where I'm at with the Queen. Now with the Minion Prince, I mean, since we do have a little extra ores, we can get some of this upgraded just a little bit here. But again, if I'm going ground at Town Hall 14, I'm sticking with my base heroes. I think that just gives me the best option for success based on how I play the game and how I attack personally. And I think that's something to keep in mind, is just because I'm doing a certain thing and leaning into a certain army doesn't mean your army isn't going to work for you. That's the beauty of Clash of Clans. So many different armies at so many different Town Hall levels are going to work amazingly. These are just armies that I like using and that I think are still going to be super effective after this update comes out. So let's go ahead and let's talk about our Town Hall 15 here. We already have Eternal Tome, we have Healing Tome, both maxed out. As far as armies here, again, I've been experimenting with the dragons, but it's a long blimp. It's Electron dragons. I've just been messing around, having a little bit of fun, but it's another long blimp. So I think here I'm going to be leaning back into those ground armies. Now we do get the Phoenix here for our minion prince. I still think King is incredible, but also the equipment that I really need for the King is kind of maxed out. So I don't think I need to really sweat that too much if I'm going with King. Honestly, I think what I need to do here is Electro Boots. Electro Boots are so good, man. They're so good, and I kind of missed some levels. I probably missed some shiny ore, not paying attention, but I think getting Electro Boots up has to be a big move. I don't even think like Rocket Spear has to be the move, because you could definitely go Hog Rider Puppet, but I love the Rocket Spear. If you can time it out perfectly, like you could just get so much value from that. So let's go ahead, let's go Rocket Spear to level 21 also. All right, nice, perfect. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to invest in the Minion Prince just a little bit. I think having him on standby is going to be really nice. Just having that Dark Orb leveled up a little bit. We don't necessarily even have to max it, but just having this leveled up a little bit here, maybe even to level 12 is fine. Let's go ahead and let's max out our Healer Puppet. I love Healer Puppet and I love Giant Arrow, but actually, if we're going to be getting away from those arrow armies, we're probably not going to use Giant Arrow as much. I think the action figure equipment, I think that's going to be really kind of taking a leap forward after this update comes, where we're seeing that big nerf, or I guess it's not really a big nerf, just seeing that nerf to the Eternal. I don't even know if we call it a nerf, because in some ways it's buffing the Eternal Tome, because on the Eternal Tome we're going to be getting 0.2 seconds at max at all levels. So it's kind of a buff. It's just you got to keep your troops in that aura. So it's like one of those little tricky things. Is it a buff? Is it a nerf? It's kind of like somewhere in between there. So I think what I'm going to do moving forward on this account is I'll probably just lean into the action figure equipment. I think that'll be really good. I mean, we have other options. We could also go Magic Mirror here. I kind of like the combination of Magic Mirror and Healer Puppet until we get the giant, the action figure up. So we definitely have some choices here. We have some ways to go. I'm just going to throw one level into that just because I tend to forget about things. So there we go. That's the Town Hall 15. Let's move to the Town Hall 16. At Town Hall 16, I have found that the Royal Champion Charge is just so good. And I've been holding off on upgrading this for this video specifically, but we need to get these Electro Boots up as quickly as possible. It doesn't even matter. The Warden doesn't even matter here. The fact that my Electro Boots aren't maxed out, that needs to be a high priority. So I want to get those Electro Boots up. I want that self-healing. I want that huge aura in there. Like, I just want as much damage coming out from there. Now, we already do have Eternal Tome and Healing Tome maxed out on here. So again, it's kind of like one of those things where I'll probably end up shifting more to ground armies. I do have Fireball maxed here. I do have Rage Gem maxed. So for the Warden on this account, we have a lot of options. I mean, for all the heroes, we have a lot of options. Again, I do think like getting action figure, I think action figure is going to be really nice. Do we have any, let's see if we have any ores in here. Yeah, let's grab that. Let's grab that. That way we could just get a couple more levels. Let's see. Let's get back to the hero hall. Then let's go here. Yeah, I think just getting that action figure. This is just my personal take. I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong in the past, but I think action figure is going to really emerge really soon. I mean, we're already seeing pros starting to use it a lot. I think just getting that like that huge tank out in front is really nice. But I'm using dragons here. I've just been in love with dragons lately. I've become like kind of a dragon player, so I'm a little bit upset about this Eternal Tome nerf, but we're just gonna make the change. We'll shift. If the blimps aren't working or if the dragons aren't working, there are versions where you're using siege barracks. So I don't even think this Eternal Tome is the end of dragons. We just have to make the proper adjustments and move forward with the meta. So again, we're just going to lean into like that Royal Champion Charge. And honestly, that's probably a big mistake that I haven't done that a little bit more. So that's going to be the move, is getting that Royal Champion Charge maxed out a little bit more. As far as our other equipment, it's really good. We do need to kind of lean into the Minion Prince, but man, that glowy ore is definitely the holdup on this account. And finally, over to CB. Again, you see the dragons, like you already see the dragons in there. But we already have Eternal Tome. Like a lot of the equipment's good here, but something like the utility equipment is just not so much, which is kind of unfortunate. We don't have the Starry Ore to get our Electro Boots max, but I think that's okay. But if you notice, like on all of our other heroes, like we're pretty good on equipment. We could obviously get the goons, the henchman puppet. I like to call them the goons. The henchman puppet upgraded a little bit. I don't know. Do I want to invest in that heavy? Kind of, but not so much. Like I kind of want to just wait and get my rocket spear up, or excuse me, my electro boots maxed out. I love the electro boots. I mean, that's like the meta right now. Aside from that, like if I'm going to be switching to ground armies, we're probably going to lean into the action figure equipment. Let's go ahead and let's get the goons up one level here. We can probably even go like 2 levels or so. How much is the electro boots? 36. Oh, we could go multiple levels. We can get them just below max. We're not going to max them because I want to have enough that when I get that starry ore, I can get my electro boots maxed out. So we'll definitely go there, and that'll probably be after this war ends. But that's kind of my thought process, is if these dragons aren't working and the blimps are failing, or if we have to switch to siege barracks or something's not working, I'm just gonna go into ground armies, man. I've already been doing that on my main account. Here on Big Rock, where everything is maxed, I've really leaned into the Super Yeti's Electro Titan attack. I think it's been really, really strong. I think Root Riders are gonna be still really, really strong. Honestly, I think dragons are still gonna be okay after this. I think just we're gonna have to like get a little bit more creative, whether we're using a siege barracks or maybe even a stone slammer to kind of supplement the dragon attack. I think dragons are still gonna be fine. It's just those blimps, those long blimps are just kind of taken away from us. But there we go, a little bit of an ore spending spree here for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section. Do you think this is going to be the end of the long blimp? I mean, it's definitely going to be harder, that's for sure. But also, what equipments are you going to be switching to instead of the Eternal Tome? Are you going to still use the Eternal Tome? I think it's still going to be fine. I don't think we need to overreact or anything like that. I think we'll still be fine. We'll still be able to use it. That's my thoughts. That's my spending. Let me know your guys' thoughts down there in the comment section.